The year 2020 was rife with controversy. While the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic caused its share of unrest throughout our nation, the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis, Minnesota, ignited a wildfire within the African American community and amongst its allies. Mothers, sons, daughters, people of all ages and ethnicities marched all across America and even around the world to let everyone know that Black Lives Matter. In this photo, a mother embraces her son during a heartfelt moment during a Black Lives Matter protest. I'm a Black man. I am privy to, and to a degree, affected by all the issues that plague Black America. On any given day, I could be one of the men murdered by police, and my name would probably be denigrated in the media. This is my way of expressing that concern. Hi, my name is Clayton Jones, and I'm a lifestyle photographer from New Orleans, and I do work in New Orleans and in various areas around Texas and even in other states. It's a pretty common question that I get for anybody that's curious about it. Why would you decide to do this? Um, I didn't actually like it. It was something I developed over time and ended up committing to because it became a passion. I bought a camera in Korea, and it was just for fun. I just wanted to, went out hiking and just exploring the cities. Um, I wanted to have something to take quality images. I didn't know anything, but I started learning, and the more I learned, the more I became interested in it, and just over time, it developed into something that I really began to care about deeply. And this is the result. Huh. Yeah, this particular photo, I was at. So actually, before I even get to that, I went to. I actually kind of ended up stumbling into a protest in Dallas. Like I was out there doing some some work for a company called Flow Grappling, just shooting like grappling events, um, which I still do. But there was a protest in the area that I didn't know about, and of course I had my camera on me, and of course my photojournalistic instincts kicked in, and I just started snapping. I ended up inhaling some tear gas and getting beanbagged, but that was the start of it. Fast forward to me in Wichita Falls. That time it was a scheduled event, um, and of course I wanted to be there, for obvious reasons. I support the movement, and it would just be nice to have images of that event, and of course that's where that particular moment materialized, and it just came out of nowhere. I didn't expect it to happen, um, but I thought it was a really powerful moment. The importance of this photo can't really be overstated. Um, I think people need to understand that this is actually a pivotal time in history, and it's going to be remembered for the foreseeable future. Like in history books, all the controversy based around it, it's going to live on, and that's why I see this as being important. I mean, especially being a black man in America, um, it presents its own set of experiences. So it's a way of me telling my own story and also just kind of being a part of the history that surrounds it. That sort of question ends up being asked quite frequently, but because there's a lot of dreamers, a lot of people that you know that see themselves on a bigger stage doing what they do. But as for me, since it's something that I'm passionate about and something I actually do want to do and continue to do for a living. Ultimately, it's to be able to document things, just in, like, when I say I'm a lifestyle photographer, I mean just a lot of behind the scenes things. So whether it's a celebrity thing or it's a, sports, anything of that nature, but effectively people living their lives. But I want to do that in various settings around the world, not just in America, because I think, the world is just a big place and more needs to be told. And that's not my mindset. My mindset is not American, um, even though I am an American and have American experiences. But ultimately, it's just to get it out onto a broader scale, to be able to do this passionately wherever I go. Yeah, of course, the most obvious things are, one, I'm a black man. I'm from New Orleans, and I live in America. All of those things come with factors of their own, especially when you're present here. But even when you leave the country or you leave the city, of course, the black community at large has its own issues, which still, they affect us to varying degrees, based on our location and whatever circumstances you happen to have. In New Orleans, there is, we have a few issues that are that need to be resolved. Like we have a lot of violence. We have a lot of things like carjackings and rampant killings. Obviously, I love my city. I love the community that I'm a part of. I've met a lot of great people, but those are things that people should be aware of. And yeah, just me. Like I said, me as a black man. Of course, like people see black men in different ways when you travel across America or if you travel around the world. The reception is different. That said, I don't really experience the same kinds of issues outside of the country as I do here. So there's that. I think that's important to note. But yeah, I think that it's a great thing. I think that it shows an appreciation of sorts. If somebody is desiring to use your photos or your videos in any kind of media format. I've actually self-published 2 books. One of them, the first is a street photo book. It's called Soul Wander, and the second one is called Sleepless in Osaka, which had more of a story, but still has a lot of pictures, a lot of street photography in it. And it's ultimately just it's a form of expression in and of itself, but it allows a broader audience to see, to get some insight into my story, into the things that I present, the work that I do, and I think that because of that, it's important. That's how I feel about it.
Hey folks, I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you're interested in learning more about the photographer, you can check out more of their images and stories on our website, scop.io, and buy our book on any major online retailer or your local bookstore. Tune in to our next episode. And don't forget to subscribe. See ya!